Alright, it's getting a little dark out, guys, so pretty much soon I'm going to be doing my Q&A. So, Mom's right there. What are you doing, Mom?
Okay.
What are you doing, Mom, now?
Hi. I'm actually going to put this away.
That's proactive.
I ordered this for you.
Yep. The firm helps my face.
Yeah.
And, yep, so I may see you guys in the next day. So I'm going to do my Q&A. This will be posted when?
After? Over the weekend, babe.
Maybe over the weekend, I'm not sure. Yes, okay. Hello everybody, this is Mikey Productions, and we are finally going to be doing what all you've been waiting for, guys. It is the Autism Q&A. I'm going to be answering some of the questions that you posted on one of my videos, and you'll know what autism is. And Vince is going to ask us the questions, and so is my mom.
Want to introduce everybody?
I want to introduce to my mom.
Hi.
Gino, my brother, big brother. Sup? And my stepdad, Vince.
Hi.
And my little brother, Sal's not here right now.
He's too cool for the shot. We also have a dog, but he's too busy out on the deck.
And this is our family, and we are the what? Original?
Cat
Squad! Well, a versus squad.
Yeah. When you eat for certain foods, are there certain foods that you don't like to eat because you don't like the way they feel in your mouth?
Sometimes, like I'm not really like I could be like I am a fruit guy, but I'm not really like some people like don't like vegetables. Like I'm not a big fan of like rotten vegetables.
Okay. How about bananas?
Bananas are okay. I love bananas, but I just wish they were like tasting like not mushy.
When your food is cooked, when Mom makes you dinner or lunch or whatever, how do you like it cooked?
I like it really cooked, really burnt, really hot, not cold, not really warm. Well, warm is the same thing as sort of hot, but.
How about do you like ice cubes?
Yeah, I do.
How about ice cream and ice pops?
Oh, absolutely. I love ice cream.
But you don't like food like cold pizza. You won't eat cold pizza.
No.
So if it's a warm food, you won't eat it cold.
No.
Does it feel funny in your mouth, or?
Maybe sometimes, yeah.
It's like a sensory thing.
Very good question, actually. From Candace Hall. She has a daughter with Asperger's. She doesn't have meltdowns, but she gets mad occasionally, and she's not really good with communicating with people. She likes to communicate with people. She likes to stay in her room a lot. And she goes to school, she's a senior, and she works half days. The question she has is that when she took senior pictures, she's not really good with eye contact. And everyone notices that you have pretty good works half days. The question she has is that when she took senior pictures, she's not really good with eye contact. And everyone notices that you have pretty good eye contact. So what could Candace do to help her daughter get better eye contact?
Look herself in the mirror, record herself, and take a picture of herself and things like that.
So she should start videotaping herself, right? Start trying to practice that and see if that helps?
Yes.
And practice, right?
Practice.
And keep telling her to remind her over and over again, like we had to do with you. Remind you over to look at it and be very patient. Mm-hmm. It's very hard, right?
Yes.
So thank you, Candace, for your question.
Thank you, Kansas. Keep me posted.
Right. And Candace, if had any more questions, feel free to ask you, right? Help out, or somebody will help. Mommy might help, but she might have another opinion. Ryan Bat came up with the name Cat Squad.
Thank you, Ryan Bat. You own a free hat.
Yes. We will send him one of the new hats as soon as they come in. We'll send him a new hat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thank you, Ryan, for that.
Thank you, Ryan. Keep watching.
Great job. Black Player 0719 has a question. Is it hard for a person with autism to practice a sport?
Maybe sometimes, because well, I just don't look forward to like tournaments and stuff like we do in Special Olympics. But this has nothing to do with Special Olympics. But it's sometimes hard to me. Like I'm sometimes like playing on teams. Like we keep score. Maybe I don't.
So
lose.
Is it easier for you to practice and harder for you to play in a game?
Maybe.
I think Michael gets agitated sometimes with the anticipation of maybe going last, right? Or coming in last or first. That's like a big...
Well, I think he likes to practice. He doesn't like the competition of possibly losing
Is that how
in
you
a
feel,
game.
bud?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Black Player 0719.
Thank you very much. Keep watching my videos.
Maze Jet 4 asks a question. Does autism hurt your body?
Not really, no. But one time, I see my arms right there, and see like they're not straight. They used to be not straight, but they look 100% looking good. But one time we had to stretch, and it did hurt when I stretched because I had to make it straight. So
Why weren't your arms straight?
because of my stimming.
And you never extend your arms.
Yes.
So every night we had to do what?
The stretching.
And that was a lot better, right?
I know.
Cool.
I'm lucky because if that won't happen, I needed surgery on my arms.
But you worked it out and you didn't have to get surgery.
I know.
That's good. They call it occupational therapy,
Right.
right?
Right.
OT.
Right.
It stands for occupational
Crazy
therapy.
Dudes 230 asks a question. Do people make fun of you because you have autism?
Say something but at school that girl does bother me, but that doesn't mean she makes fun of the autism.
I
but
say
something.
mean, I think Michael has...
at school that girl does bother me, but that doesn't mean she makes fun of the autism. But
I mean, I think Michael has had instances where you've been the target of bullying and didn't really even... wasn't aware, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I'm going to sit with you.
all
Can I
right,
sit with you?
sure.
Okay.
You mind being on camera, do you?
I don't mind.
All right.
Do you mind?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
How do you deal with people that bully you?
I just ignore them, walk away. Well, how do I deal with them?
Yeah, that's what you do, right?
That's what I do. Yes.
Or how about Mom? How do you think he's pretty good with bullying? I don't think he realizes if someone's bullying him now.
I don't think he does. I think sometimes when we're in a setting with a lot of other kids, I kind of hone in on people that might be imitating him, stimming, or looking at you funny. You know that. I mean, but Michael's good at ignoring people, which is a good thing, right, bud?
And that was Lydia Bell who asked that question.
Thank you, Lydia. It's a good question.
Thank you, Lynn.
How does your mom react? Or even I react? Or your dad? How do people react when you get upset?
Sometimes when I get upset, when my mom reacts, I think that my mom says, can you demonstrate, Mom?
I try to calm you down.
She just tries to calm me down and
I say what? Think
about 10 things
that make you what?
that make me happy.
Right.
Including Special Olympics, YouTube, Wildwood, Ocean City, and all that kind of stuff.
So when you start to get upset, we try to kind of bring you back down to a calm, happy. Think about happy things.
So we try to redirect you. What we would say when you're mad, redirect your thoughts to something happy or fun or something you like, right?
Yeah,
And sometimes it works, and sometimes they're a little harder than others,
Yeah.
I understand.
right? That was from Logan Adams.
All right.
Thank you, Logan.
Thank you, Logan.
Okay,
Keep watching my videos, man.
Mom, is it possible to die of autism?
I don't think a person can physically die from autism from the actual disorder itself, but I do think that safety issues, a lot of kids wander away from their parents, get out of their house. There are things to ensure a child not be, I would say leave home. You hear a lot of these things on the news. I mean, I know we've heard over the, kids drowning, kids getting lost away from their parents. There is a thing called Angel Sense, and it's like a little mechanism that you can strap to a child's body. I can put the link below in the description, and what it is just a tile that tacks onto your pants, and you can actually watch the child navigate on your phone. So I can watch Mikey through an app on my phone. He's never really far away from me, but if he is...
But other kids do wander.
But other kids do wander. And I have friends that have kids that wander, and they get away in a blink of an eye. You got to really be careful. And that is where, God forbid, children have died because they are autistic. They don't know boundaries, and they don't know danger.
So, remember one instance you were in Sesame Place.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
Do you remember that?
Yeah, well, I don't really remember, but I remember being at Sesame Place. But I don't remember myself when I was wandering away and they had to shut down all the rides.
Yep, that happened. And you were little, and I can remember I was on him all the time and he didn't really leave my sight ever. And literally all I did was get you and put you down in the little ball pit that they had, and then I grabbed your cousin and I put him down. And in that second, you were gone. And I can remember just panicking. I can only imagine, oh God, it was the scariest 20 minutes of my life. But then here you come, the security guard they shut everything down, and then here you come, down the steps with the security guard. You wanted to go on the ropes, but you were too little. And you kept pointing, because at that point you couldn't really, you were nonverbal. And then we found him, and thank God you were safe.
Yes.
Not a lot of other kids are that lucky. They wander away and, God forbid, get themselves into an unsafe position. It's scary.
Yeah, I understand.
And that's from Arsa Flash 5.
Thank you,
Or no, Arsa Flash, no 5 is 5.
Arsa Flash, thank
Arsa
you.
Flash.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Alvin 4 has a question. Do you like chocolate cake?
Yes, I do.
Anything else? Any other cake?
I like vanilla cream. I like chocolate cream. I am like a vanilla guy too.
You're a vanilla guy.
All right. Vicky X Buchanan. Is it hard to control your autism?
Maybe sometimes. Like
When?
like when I stem.
So is that when you're having problems? Is that why you stim?
Maybe.
Now explain what stimming is.
It's like I flap and I like do this. It reminds me of one of my friends that at school do that.
Yeah. And what else do you do?
Are autistic. And
We do that when you're excited or
When I'm
you're
excited.
mad?
when I'm excited.
And that's what. So when you tell your people, your caps out there, when you're stimming and you see other people stimming, it's important to know that they can't control it, and that's part of them being excited. So that's part of the autism part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, and that was Vicky Buchanan.
Thank you,
Okay.
Vicky.
Thank you, Vicky.
How did you find out? Oh, it's Spiral ZZ. They want to know, how did you find out you had autism?
When I was 2 years old, my parents find out.
Right, and Mom, how did you know he was autistic?
Well, we have an older son, Gino, who's 23, and he was diagnosed at 3 years old with autism. So I kind of knew the signs. And then when Michael was born, Gino was 7, and just something, there was a disconnect. And not so much with me, but with other people. And so we took him to the developmental pediatrician over a child, and he showed signs of autism. So we had early intervention come in. And I like to stress to parents this a lot. Early intervention is key. If you do feel like your child does have autism or shows any of the signs, definitely don't feel nervous about asking your doctor. They do have testing now available. And early intervention all across the country is just wonderful. They come into your home, and if your child is classified, they will get all the services they need before the age of 3. And that,
Do people make fun of you? This is from Crazy Dudes 2021 or 20 Dudes 2.
Like I said, it is that girl in school that sometimes makes fun of me, but bullies me, but just want to pick on me and want to see my reaction.
right.
All right. Well, Mariela Gonzalez has a question following that up. Does your mom know about this?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you do when this girl says something mean to you?
I just sometimes get mad, but I do have to ignore him and ignore her. And I did hit her once when she was making me mad, but that won't happen anymore.
When you get mad, how do you act?
I get like, please leave me alone.
Get aggravated.
Yes.
Do you yell? And
Yeah.
sometimes they have to walk you out, like at the classroom or the hallway. Right?
Yes.
Or you go to your calm down space.
Yeah, I do have calm down space in school.
Tell people about your calm down space.
My calm down space has like bean bags and comfy chairs and a little bouncy ball.
And that helps, right?
That helps, yes.
What else calms you down? What other things do you have at home we have or would use that calms you down?
A weighted blanket,
Okay.
a stress ball. What else?
You love your weighted blanket, though.
What's the weighted blanket make you feel like when you're anxious or you're excited? You put the extra weight on you. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I'm like making me calm. It's like
It calms you down, keeps you feel quite grounded.
He's often said, you said it today, you got undressed and you put your cozy clothes on and you got underneath your weighted blanket and it made him feel comfortable and secure,
yes.
right? The weight makes you feel relieved. It relieves that stress, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Question. She wants to work with kids with autism, and you're very inspirational to many people. She loves watching your videos, and she cares about you. When you get mad, how you feel, you're happy, you're coping. And she thinks it's truly amazing, and your editing skills are getting much better. And she thinks Mom's pretty awesome too.
Aw.
She's a big supporter.
I know.
Thank you.
So one day she wants to hopefully hang out. She does have a question. When you're bullying in school from that girl or anyone else, do you go and tell anyone?
Sometimes.
Who do you tell?
My teacher, my aide.
And what do they do?
They solve the problem. They have to say, "Are you bothering Mikey?"
And they step in?
Yeah.
Okay. How about it's important when you're on the bus. You're on the bus with this girl also, aren't
Yes.
you?
But the good news is I actually get on before her.
Right?
Okay.
What's the rule? What do we do?
Do not look at her. Do not talk to her. Do not say hi to her. Do not mention her.
Right, but what do we do? She sits in the front, so you'll sit where?
I sit in the back. I sit in the front. She sits in the back.
Okay, so you guys are apart.
Cool. All right. Here's the biggest question probably that we're going to answer from Crimson 2588.
You gotta make this fast because I don't want to waste my storage.
Okay. Do you ever think you're going to work with Lance and do videos with him again?
I really, really hope so. Maybe we'll have to find out in the future.
Okay. So, and now we're going to touch on it with Gino. So, Deneen, why don't we discuss Gino's situation?
Well, Gino, a lot of people don't know that Mikey has an older brother. He's 23 years old. He's in some of his videos. And Gino was diagnosed with autism when he was 3 years old.
I remember a lot. Like
I remember everything.
I remember. Of course, I remember.
Right.
Of course, I remember giving a kid a full Nelson.
Yeah, that was
And
fun.
the me and that kid are on. Me and that kid are on good terms now. We're good.
I guess you wouldn't. Well, I don't promote that either.
No. That was the point where I was just pushed so far that I just had to do. It just happened.
Like what happened with Mikey. He felt so pushed and so his back was against the wall. He felt like he lashed out. I mean, it's not right. You should never hit anybody, but it happened.
Gino. This comes from Dank Mods 420. Do you feel left out sometimes? Then and now. Is there certain things because of your situation, of your diagnosis, do you feel left out of certain activities? Or did you?
Occasionally, going back to middle school, like I really always wanted to be like everyone else. Like I didn't want to be like a part of the disabled demographic or someone who was stuck in a self-contained classroom for like 8 years in high school. I wanted to branch out. I wanted to be like everyone else. And I tried hanging out with the cool crew, I guess you could call it, and it didn't really work out. Sorry.
It's okay. Take your time.
Just lost my train of thought.
You really went through a lot. I think you went through a lot in middle school.
And feeling left out, like sometimes not getting to take part in certain school activities with some of the other kids, or even not even going to after parties for the musical because I would always leave afterwards before anybody else.
Well, let's touch on that. That was pretty cool. When you were in high school, you wouldn't play sports or any intramural things, but you did participate in something that I think is big that helped you branch out and got you kind of out of your shell. What was that?
It was the school musicals, which I did for 5 years at Clearview, and I also did a extra community theater production.
But it's funny at first, and I can remember it wasn't well received. To be honest, he's okay, babe. It wasn't well received at first. I think the teachers, one teacher in particular, Ms. Donato, was such an advocate for Gino, and so was I, and we had to literally promise to be at every practice.
And I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but they originally didn't want me because they don't know how to deal with that. They never did. Like, that was a completely new thing. Someone with a neurological disorder being a part of this big thing with all these other kids that don't have something. Like, how can these two worlds collide? How can they mesh?
What? Daddy's gonna sit.
And there's Salvatore, the little man.
So,
Somebody
Gino,
wanted to join.
is it hard to? Is this from Vicky Buchanan? Mikey answered it earlier. So we're going to go to you now. Is it hard to control your autism?
Yeah, at times. Especially the OCD part of it, where I literally, in my high school years, had to touch everything I saw. Like, it was so bad at certain points that I had to take multiple types of medicine.
I remember.
Like, I would have to touch a certain wall, a certain locker, a certain door hinge, or some part of the bathroom, or I couldn't help myself. It got that bad, and I even
Light switches on and off.
light switches on and off,
Right.
touching anything before I went to bed.
The water on and off. Remember you turn the water on?
Yeah, the water on and off.
Years. But is there certain textures or certain things you touch that you just don't like?
Yes, like vegetables, like carrots, tomatoes, onions, certain types of steak.
And what is it that you don't like? That it's chewy or?
Yeah, the chewiness and also the texture and the way it feels on my tongue and mouth. Like, it's really a sensory thing.
It is. It's sensory.
And I have gotten better over the years. Like, I've tried certain foods that normally Mikey would never even try out. Eventually, you would like to, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you will.
I know.
Maybe.
Maybe, yes.
Maybe.
You're really cool.
You have to cut that out.
That's really cool. All right, I think it's.
It's fine, Gino.
I just want to reiterate one thing about kids with autism. There's so many varieties, and you might look at Gino and say, well, he doesn't look like an autistic child.
I get that a lot.
And we get that a lot. But you have to understand that it ranges from the very severe nonverbal to the ones that, like Gino, that go to school, go to college, and like Michael. So try to keep an open mind when you meet these kids and treat them with compassion and love no matter what. Because sometimes the disability is not seen. And you don't know what they're going through on the inside. So these videos are just, we want to come together as a family to bring awareness and educate people and just show compassion for people. If you see someone in the mall throwing a tantrum and you see a parent looking over their child, right? How many times you guys, we've been in the mall and people have stared at us because maybe you were having a meltdown or maybe Mikey was having a meltdown.
Whenever that happens with Mikey, I always get mad. Like, at that
When
person.
people stare at, and
Like, blatantly stare.
like that. But I just think, that's what we want to do as a family, don't you think? Guys?
Yeah, right.
You want to bring, there you go.
That was a good one.